All right, we are live on YouTube and here on Crowdcast. Thanks for joining, everybody. Welcome to the Canto Online Hackathon. This is season 3. It's Judgment Day. We've all been waiting for this. The builders have been working over the past couple of weeks, working on 14 projects, which is an exciting number for us. Let's just kick off and go right into the judges who are joining us today. If we can just do a quick intro and a round of introductions, I will start with Joseph here.
Hi, I'm Joe Long. I'm formerly CTO of Sushi, E2 core developer, and now I co-founded Astaria, a collateralized NFT lending platform, going live in January.
Awesome, thanks for joining. Preston, if you can intro yourself quickly.
Hey, I'm Preston Van Loon, Ethereum core developer, help build and ship the merge, work on the Prism client, and now I help also with layer 2 at Arbitrum.
Welcome, thanks again. Chase?
Hey guys, I'm Chase from Masari. I'm a senior research analyst over there. I have written about Canto in the past. I'm super excited to see what some of the ecosystem projects are developing today.
Yeah, if you have a second, we'll definitely drop that link in the chat because that was a great piece on Canto. We really appreciate it. Awesome research. TK.
Absolutely, I'll go.
Hey everyone, I'm TK and I'm part of the Plex team. We've been contributing to Canto since pretty early on, and most recently we're working on things like the Canto IO websites and also the development of the CSR module. And I'm super excited to be here.
Thanks, TK. DOG, I know you were a winner of the previous hackathon, but tell us a little bit about the projects you're associated with.
Thanks, Robin. Yep, so this is the OG. I'm on the team for Cantodes, and then as Robin had mentioned, most recently, the Cantodes team submitted our project for season 2, which was Canto Public Messaging Service, and we're excited to win that. And we just shipped the first version of it, with the second already about to go live this week. So lots of exciting stuff going on there.
Awesome. Congrats on that launch. Hashtag Willis.
Hey, I'm Wills. I helped start Spank Chain back in the day, 2017, and advised Polygon. And big believer in DeFi. Love all things DeFi, so I'm excited to be here.
Welcome. Thank you all for joining. Yeah, it means a lot to have judges like you guys taking a look at all of these projects the builders been working on. I'm told also that maybe Zach Cole's going to be joining in a little bit. We'll add him to stage when he arrives. For context, all the judges who aren't able to make the live event will still watch all of the videos and take a look at the PRs, and they'll be participating as well with a scorecard system in the back end, and we'll be announcing the winners in hopefully 24 hours. We'll see how quick we can get the scores together. All right, let me get my little presentation back up so I can go through the prizes really quick and we'll jump into the videos. Also, I'm Robin. You've probably seen me kicking around in the community. I'm a Canto contributor. I help with a lot of fine tuning on comms. All right, so Canto Hackathon. So the prizes for this event, the overall winner will receive 100,000 Canto. Category winners will receive 40,000 Canto. The categories are ecosystem support and growth, NFTs, DeFi and infrastructure, and new things. Looking for games, strange, weird apps, anything we can find. And then at the judge's discretion, notable bills may receive a share of 40,000 Canto rewards. So we'll see if anyone meets the mark today. So we have some judging criteria. We've made a little tweak this month. This is the 3rd month of the hackathon. So judges are working off of originality, Canto-ishness, enterprise expertise required, user experience, and now we've added sustainability because we're really looking for some projects to have a thoughtful plan for launch, maintenance, any further development. If you're building the Canto ecosystem, we'd like to see you stick around. So without further ado, I think we will kick into our first project. Thanks for being here, everybody. Let's start with, there's so many projects on my list. It's Happy Rabbit. Take a look.
It's the White Rabbit from the Happy Rabbit team. I'm going to show you guys what we built so far for this hackathon. Let me start by telling you guys a little bit what Happy Rabbit is. Happy Rabbit is an ERC20 that taxes 1% per transfer. This amount goes directly to the liquidity pool and gets locked. The ERC20 is the community token for the Happy Rabbit project. We want to give to the token more valuable feature. For this hackathon we created a fully customized NFT collection made by a talented artist. This NFT collection can help us to find some yields for the ERC20. Here, you can see the old ERC20 RAB mechanism. So we were on a basic ERC20 with its slight tax. Here, the improvement of the mechanism, we can see a vault that I will show you in a few seconds. The mechanism is simple. Redirect the royalties from the NFT collection and the transfer fee from the ERC20 into a common vault that will be redirected to the RAB stakers. Regarding the royalties to be transferred to the vault, for the moment there is no system on the Canto ecosystem to do this automatically. We are open to any proposal if developers want to participate in this feature. For the moment we will transfer the royalties ourselves to the vault, maybe one transaction per week. This transfer will be communicated on our Discord, of course. Let's move on to development. The mint page. This is where the rabbits will sell for 25 note each. I'm going to connect my wallet and show you that everything works fine. As you can see, I connect to my MetaMask and approve the rabbit contract. After this I can mint my rabbit. I can put in the number of rabbits I want and the amount in note is updated in front of you. You are also shown the amount of note your wallet holds in real time. Here it is not possible because we have paused the rabbit contract, because the website is already deployed on our website. When you watch this video, the mint will be possible because the contract will not be paused anymore. I let you go on our Twitter to have all the necessary information. We are now at the vault page. The staking is already available since a few days. Contracts are working perfectly and will allow the RAB holders to stake the token in the vault mechanism. Let's take a look at the interface. So, you can connect your wallet and start approving the contract. When it's done you can see your amount of RAB that you can deposit. Now we need to transform our RAB into XRAB, which is the currency to differentiate the RAB that are in the vault. By depositing my RAB I am eligible to receive the yields produced by Happy Rabbit. Of course, we can turn our XRAB into RAB immediately. That's all for the development part. I'll now tell you quickly about the future and of course give you a conclusion. The next improvement we can make would be to display in real time the yields % through a price feed. We also wanted to add the amount of RABs that are currently staking in the vault. Our ultimate goal is to continue to collaborate with the community to advance the project and commercialize the token and the NFT collection. As far as the front end is concerned, we will have a lot of progress to make in the future, but as part of the hackathon we really wanted to integrate the NFT collection and our functional vault to start a viable yield mechanism for investors. That's it for this hackathon. The Happy Rabbit loves the Canto ecosystem and will contribute as much as possible. I especially wanted to thank Ace and NFTB for their involvement and help with the project.
All right, excellent presentation. We have someone from the Happy Rabbit team here on stage. How's your mic working? I don't hear anything. You answering in the chat. But any feedback from judges on what we just saw?
I mean, I had some questions about how the liquidity pool is, I guess, RAB note, right? And then the transfer fee is like the on transfer fee for RAB goes to the pool, and then the sales from note go to the pool as well. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, hello. Did you hear me now?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, we hear you now. Yeah.
Yes. Thanks to be here. Thanks. To answer to your question, Joseph, for the moment, we are just taking all the transfer fees and transfer to the liquidity pool that is Atom RAB, and the second is Atom Canto. And we are just transferring all the RAB that we got. We sell it on the market, and we are just getting more Atom in the liquidity pool. Yeah. And what we want to do to give more utility is to send all of the RAB on the contract stackers for the vault, and give more volume with the royalties of the NFT collection.
Hey, first of all, I love the art. I think that was really cool. My question is about the tax mechanism. So I understand that you want to take a percentage of buy and sell, but I haven't seen the code yet. So I'm wondering, how is that implemented? Is it on every transfer, or is it only on like specific? I don't know. Maybe you could tell me more about how that's implemented.
Yeah, I can tell you. We are just making a 1% transfer by buying and selling, and that's all. This is the only tax that we make. We don't for the launch of the project. We didn't want to make a big tax because for me this is just useless, and we didn't wanted to burn the supply because for me this is again something that is useless. I prefer to just lock in and make on the and transfer it on the liquidity pool. That is more efficient for the token, and yeah.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Yeah, and shout out to Ace. I know that they were really encouraging and letting us know about your project and connecting us. So we're happy that you made it into the co.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. Thanks
again. Okay, let's move to the next project. We have Nexus Oracles. Let me grab the video. And here we go.
Nexus Oracles, we are building a decentralized Oracle network on Canto. For this hackathon, we are providing smart contracts with verifiable, unpredictable, and unbiased random numbers. The way we do that is that we have a set of smart contracts, which is a cycle relay, a randomness oracle, and a randomness consumer. Node operators in the network use our node client, which is used to distribute cycle IDs and randomness values to the blockchain. For the random values, we are using DRAND, which is a distributed randomness beacon, which is managed by these organizations. So, how does it work? We have both on-chain and off-chain activities. So first off, the node requests the latest cycle ID from DRAND. After that, it transmits the cycle ID to the cycle relayer on-chain. And once consensus is reached, the cycle relayer tells the oracle that a new randomness cycle is available. And the nodes listen to the randomness oracle and knows that a randomness value is requested. So it goes back to DRAND and requests the randomness for that particular cycle ID and transmits it back to the blockchain, where it will be able to be ready for consumption. Consumption on chain is a 3-step process. First of all, contracts call commit, and commits to a future cycle ID. This makes sure that they commit to a specific random value in the future that is not known at the moment of committing. Then they wait until the cycle has been processed by the node operators, and finally they will be able to call the getRandomValue function and pass a commitment ID, and in return get the address specific random value back that can be used for lotteries, blind mints of NFTs, etc. So now I'm going to show you how it works. We have 3 windows here. First one is the blockchain by Hardhat. Then we're going to have the client of the cycle layer here, and we're going to have the client of the randomness oracle here. So let's go ahead and start them. And once it started, you can see that we have synced the node and that the current block is 36. You can only submit or relay cycle IDs every X block, and right now that's set to 10. So it's going to be 9 blocks before we can relay the first cycle ID. But let's go ahead and start the other client, and we're going to select it here, randomness oracle. So now we're ready to go. As we can see here, we have to skip blocks until block 45, so we can have the client relay the latest cycle ID from DRAND. So I'm going to do that now. It was able to fetch the latest DRAND cycle ID from the API and relate to the blockchain. So this means that the next time we can relay a new cycle block is going to be at block 55. At the same time over here, we can see that our client spotted that this Nexus cycle ID was transmitted, and it went ahead and went into DRAND and got the random value and put it on chain. This means that all contracts that has committed to this Nexus cycle ID will now be able to call the getRandomValue and get the random value back, and then distribute the lottery prize, distribute NFTs, etc., etc. Right now we are focused on building the Oracle network, which will be a precursor for a lot of the products we want to offer further down the road. So after Hackathon, we're going to launch node staking with consensus mechanism on chain, and fees will be paid using wrapped Canto. On the short term, we're going to leverage the Oracle network once it's up to offer price feeds such as BTC, USD, ETH, USD, and much more. Then we're going to launch the decentralized governance of Oracle parameters and revenue splitting, and then we might offer node managed callbacks and subscriptions, so users don't have to make 2 transactions to complete a reveal. On medium long term, we are looking into off-chain consensus so we can save on the gas fees for the oracles. We're going to expand the price feed products to support more cryptocurrencies. We might also be able to leverage the node network to offer smart contract automation and potentially leverage CSR to offset oracle costs. Thank you for your time.
Cool, awesome work. We have Sebastian here from Nexus on stage. Let's try and see if we can connect.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Thanks again for
Perfect.
the presentation.
Thank you.
So I know in Oracle projects, we talked in the elevator aspect when we were doing some brainstorming and feedback with mentors, and that's a huge undertaking. And it sounds like you've got some plans to scale as well. Yeah, do the judges have any questions here for the first iteration?
Yeah, when I request, like if I request randomness on chain. Well, I guess what I'm saying is, can I request randomness on chain for something like, let's say, an NFT mint or something?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, if I understand you correctly, I mean, the way that works is that DRAND provides these random values at different cycle IDs. So the way I think it would work, if you have an NFT project that needs some kind of randomness, you'll commit to a cycle ID in the future, and then wait until that cycle has passed. So right now you can transmit a new cycle on chain every 10 blocks, and that can be like just adjusted because a round is transmitted on DRAND every 30 seconds. So
you'll maybe wait 4 cycles so that a few minutes has been passed, and then the random value would be transmitted by the nodes to the network, and then you'll be able to use that random value to determine which NFT you'll get, or which trades the NFT will have. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's great. Big batches.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you so much. Excellent presentation, and we'll be interested in seeing how far you could take Nexus.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Cool. Up next, we'll move right along to Onion Protocol.
Everyone, so this is our presentation for Onion Protocol. So right here we have, for this presentation, we have the wallet, the contract generator, and the asset manager. So I'll go through this one step at a time and explain as I go through. I'll start with the asset manager. So what the asset manager does is it makes you keep track of your assets. If you're holding assets, NFTs, and token on third-party wallets, you can easily input your wallet address to view your assets or connect to MetaMask. So I'll just show you the connect to MetaMask option. So good. Looks like I'm already connected to MetaMask. So it pops up my address immediately. Click on the view asset. So this shows my assets on the Canto chain. It shows the Canto, the price for Canto, the current price for Canto, the amount of Canto I'm holding, and that's the total price and the total asset, and also NFTs. If you're holding NFTs as well, you can see the image for your NFT, the name of your NFT, and the quantity you're holding. I'll move to the next item, which is contract generator. Show you how it works. So it says connected. So you just input your token name. Let me see the token symbol. Get a token symbol, yes, ID. Total supply, you input your total supply for your token, and your decimal. So let me say 18, it's my decimal, and then create your contract. So it pumps the MetaMask again, so you can confirm your transaction. So confirm transaction, and it says contract deployment in progress, transaction hash permission. So it confirms it's up. Okay, perfect. So it says success confirm. So this shows that you've successfully created your contract on the Canto chain. So you can move to other things. So I will just move to the next item, which is create wallet. So this one helps you create your wallet, your Canto based wallet on the same platform. You can easily hold all your assets on this platform. I'll give it a name. So the password. Click on create wallet. So it generates my access key. So with this access, get the access key, and then it gives me my seed phrase, and it tells me make sure you copy your seed phrase and store in a safe place. So I'll click to copy seed phrase. So I'm copying my seed phrase. So I'll proceed. So this says enter seed phrase, almost there. So I'll just pause this part. So I'll resume the video. So this is my wallet. So I can easily, if I want to send token into this wallet and receive my asset, I can easily click on copy. I can easily click here to copy my wallet address. So I'll go to MetaMask and send some tokens in. Come here to send. I'll input my wallet address and then send 20 Canto. So I'm sending 20 Canto into my wallet with this particular wallet, Malik wallet. Again. So it says confirmed, transaction confirmed. So and then you can see the number of tokens is reduced. Asset again. So you can see now I have 20 Canto, and I can also send tokens from here. So if I want to send the Canto, I can easily input the MetaMask address here and say Canto. So it shows you the amount of Canto you're sending, and it shows you the amount you have in your wallet. So I'll say withdraw token. So it shows you your transaction hash. This shows that your your transaction is successful. So let me just open this in a tab. You can see that the number of tokens in my wallet is reduced. So let me show you for MetaMask as well. So you can see I have 55 here, and yeah, right here you have successful. So other things to show, it is light background and this dark background. So it makes the user experience a little bit better. So that's that for now, and we're hoping to add more as we go for the next hackathon as well. Thank you very much. See you soon.
Cool. Sorry about the audio. It was a little quiet on that one, but hopefully everyone could make it out okay. Zaid, we have you on stage from the project. Let's see if your connection is working okay. If not, you can always throw your answers and some more context about your project in the chat. Hi.
Hi everyone.
Thanks for putting it together. Good presentation.
It's perfect.
Great.
Yeah, thank you.
Any questions, feedback from judges?
Yeah, I have one, Zaid. First of all, super good presentation. I like the idea that you're going with here. I was wondering if you had any plans to maybe tie in just like native actions to interact with like the Canto lending market or Canto DEX in a similar way to how you can send and receive tokens from the user interface.
I can't seem to hear you clearly. Can you please repeat? Possible.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you had any plans to integrate like the native Canto DEX or the native Canto lending market as like a one-step user interface, similar to how you have the token transfers on there.
Oh, you asking how I was able to go about the token transfer? If I get you clearly, is that?
I threw the question in the chat or the comment. We're just wondering if you have plans to integrate the native Canto DEX or Canto lending market. If there's any future plans for new integrations. Possibly a connection delay. He says yes, sure in the chat. I think that's good enough for me. Thank you so much, Zaid. Excellent presentation, and it looks like it was a big undertaking. Well done. Zach.
Thank you very much.
Hey, sorry I was late. I had to pick up my lemur from the groomer.
Getting that holiday cut for the
I think this guy doesn't even have a lemur.
I have 2 lemurs, dude. Frankie and Will.
Can you bring one on camera?
No, I don't actually have a lemur. Chase called my bluff. Damn. Why'd you have to do that? What's up, y'all? How's it going? Sorry I missed the amazing project.
No worries. You're only I think 3 behind, so we'll have the playlist for you to review later. But yeah, let's move on with the show. We got a good one. When I first heard the name of this project, I thought, well, yeah, it's par for the course with a lot of the collections coming out on Canto, a lot of body parts. If you're familiar with Canto's classic NFTs like toes, necks, but there's a little more to this one. I was intrigued. Let's take a look at butts on Canto.
Thank God, finally.
This is Butts on Canto. This is an NFT collection to finally bring a variety of butts, both real and imagined, to the Canto blockchain. From high in the Swiss Alps, Butson Canto strives to bring legitimate design and craftsmanship to the Canto blockchain. We seek to stand out from the pixelated derivatives dominating the market, instead bringing to the forefront the clear design sensibilities of the Swiss graphic design advertising scene that flourished from the 1940s to 1970s. And what better content to stunningly showcase than 420 unique butts, optionally on-chain.
Is there supposed to be audio or anything?
To generate off-chain
Oh, you
images
gotta
with
unmute.
pixel-perfect
It's in the bottom
typography,
right.
we leverage Apple's core text typesetting system. This allowed us to programmatically optimize text fitting, leading, and kerning across the collection. In this way, we were able to support a variety of copy while adhering to the elements of typographic style. But what if you want more on-chain? Butts offers 2 degrees of on-chainness adjustable by each NFT's holder. A holder can choose to engage a deeper on-chain mode per token. If engaged, an SVG representation of the token fully generated from within an upgradable renderer contract will replace the external PNG referenced in the on-chain metadata. This means your NFT can optionally be 100% on-chain. Not insignificant work was done to ensure that the typography on-chain variation is fitting, with leading and vertical alignment tailored to the length of the butt phrase, all on-chain, rendered on the fly by Solidity. Here's an example of an off-chain IPS-hosted PNG and an on-chain contract-derived SVG. The final launch will happen as soon as next week. The final price is to be determined. Discounts will be available to holders of these fine Canto native collections. The more collections you hold, the greater the discount. We think these collections kick-started the Canto NFT scene, and engaged holders across these communities should be rewarded. Follow Butts on Canto for updates. Thanks, and see you at the launch.
Nice.
That presentation video was banging. So good.
Wait, I couldn't hear anything. How do you?
I'm
You
sorry.
gotta tap the unmute sound.
I couldn't
don't
see or hear anything. It was just a paused video for me.
I don't even see a button for unmute sound.
The pain of this platform today. I have been hearing that there are some folks having trouble with audio.
If only there were a Web3 version, you know?
Yeah.
Always.
So we just have to connect our wallet, and it wouldn't work on any of the browsers, and that'd be great.
Hold on, Joe. You're forgetting you would have a token. Does
Oh,
that
yeah,
change your view?
We'd all be rich. Yeah, that's a little different now.
Oh, so this is Fujimac is sharing that when the video is playing, it looks like you can unmute it manually. What an excellent feature design on this platform. I love that.
Cool.
Token gated audio. So all right, sweet. Well, you can review the video later. I assure you it has some really smooth music, and Gwyneth Paltrow apparently is the voice actor for the project, repping the project. So very cool. Hopefully based on the images on the slides, you can kind of glean what it's about. It's a cool dual NFT project with representation on-chain and off-chain, kind of putting a spin on how design can be rendered on SVG on-chain. So very cool. I was impressed. I'm also grateful that it's not actual pictures of butts. I'm told that the builder is not able to join, but if you guys have any feedback, they'll be able to watch this later. Any thoughts?
It was so good. The presentation was so good, and then the design energy was really great. I really appreciated that.
Yeah, I love to see the typography and kind of a twist on what you normally see in an NFT collection. Very cool, excellent work.
Also technically savvy too, because they were like, oh, you can kind of eventually, like, you know, if you so desire, you can move this on chain. It's like kind of like right now we have these systems where it's like it's off chain or an IPFS or whatever, and we have a hash, but there's no way to really ever bring it on chain. I think that's cool.
Agreed. All right. Well, hopefully the builder watches this and sees our nice compliments and continues to work within Canto. I think they mentioned that the mint will be next week, so I'll be taking a look for that. Moving along, we have a project called Canto Splits. Now, when I play this video, please do what you can to unmute the audio on the video itself, and we'll see if we could troubleshoot the weirdness of this platform today. Thanks for your patience on that, guys. Here we go, Canto Splits.
I'll be presenting Canto Splits. So as crypto users, we often find ourselves having to split a certain amount of token amongst a lot of people. For examples, it can be payrolls, royalties, airdrops, or even the rewards for this very hackathon. And a lot of these activities are also recurring. So this creates a huge overhead of making so many transactions and paying for all the gas. So the solution for this is Canto Splits. It's a trustless, composable, gas-efficient protocol for splitting funds on-chain. Running exactly at gas cost and charging no fee whatsoever, it takes form of a hyperstructure in the spirit of Canto's free public infrastructure ideology. At the core of the protocol, there are splits and recipients. A split is simply a payable smart contract that distributes Canto and ERC20 tokens proportionally among the recipients. And the recipients can be any externally owned account or a smart contract, like another split, that receives a share of the split's income. So whenever a split receives income, each recipient gets their share. For varied use cases, we've also implemented some complex splitting strategies like vesting, waterfall, and liquid splits. So let's jump right into the demo. So here we can specify all the recipients along with their percentages, and it needs to add up to 100. We can also just split it evenly. Now each split also needs to have some distribution incentive. This is to incentivize the bots to call the distribute function when the funds are received in the split. And the splits are deployed deterministically using the create2 function, so we can already get the split address. So here I have my split with some recipients and history. I can send some funds to it. Let's send around 400 Canto. And once that is done, I can start distributing the Canto to all the recipients. Now, once I distribute these balances, all the recipients will be able to withdraw it from the main split contract. The recipient here, you can see all the splits he is part of and can withdraw all the balances at once. Now we also have mutable splits where this recipients can later be updated by a controlling address which can be provided. And there are also liquid splits where your recipients are represented by transferable NFTs. Liquid split is also quite similar to CSR in the sense that a person can receive royalties based on ownership of an NFT. We also have new waterfall. So waterfall is a type of split where funds are received sequentially in tranches, and when tranche limit has been reached, the excess funds are paid to the next tranche, and so on. And here finally you can explore and search for all these splits which are there. So yes, this was a gist of Canto Splits. We also tried to introduce the terminal theme with this fuzzy background here. And as part of the future roadmap, we also really want to implement Canto name service in it. So as a precursor to that, we introduced ENS here. So using your ENS name, you can receive and accept funds throughout the application. Also, we tried to make sure that the protocol was super gas efficient. For example, while creating the split, we're never really storing each recipient's list and its ratios, but we're only storing its hash. And while distribution, we just compare that hash to make sure it's correct. And last but not the least, we've also implemented light theme for all the light mode enthusiasts. Thank you.
Awesome presentation. We have Jesco here from the team. How's your mic working, Jesco?
Hey, am I audible?
Yeah, we hear you. Great project.
Awesome. It's so nice to meet you guys. Yeah.
So, Joe, you said this is freaking sick. Maybe you could elaborate a little more. What did you like about it?
I really like the use of Create 2 in Split so that it's like totally gasless. And so like I can create a split and, you know, we can leave like incentives there for keepers to come and like call it. And the split is guaranteed and unrevocable. That's a freaking sick idea.
I wanted to add, I really like this idea. There's so many use cases for having splits like this, and I saw that it was based on 0x splits, and I wanted to know like what did you build upon that, or like what did you add, or what are the features that distinguish it from 0x splits?
Okay. Yeah. So I think we took inspiration from 0x splits contracts, but like the front end was entirely built from scratch. And yeah, like we really want to integrate more stuff in it, like Canto name service, as I just mentioned. But yeah, I think that was the gist of it.
Yeah, really great job. It looked amazing. Thank you.
Excellent submission. Thanks so much for taking the time to join and give context too. For anyone out there who's having trouble watching or hearing the videos, once again, we'll have a playlist of every individual video for the Co available later. And of course, this recording is going to be available at this link in full. So hopefully we'll be able to figure out what's going on with this platform today. I appreciate your patience. Let's move along. I have another project here called Canto Tracker. Awesome. We're vibing with Canto Tracker. So I believe that a team member's not here to be added to the stage, but can we play again for the dancing I didn't see? Yeah. Maybe fortunately all the judges were back in the wing for that one. But yeah, excellent presentation. We have a balance tracker for Canto assets. Any takes?
I thought the decision to make it like an extension was pretty interesting, as opposed to just like a regular like front end. I think in a lot of cases that could be a lot more convenient. So that was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, for the team that watches this later, excellent submission, great video. It's always hard to like spice up a UX like demo, so I think it's cool to see all the work that you put in. All right, let's move along. The next one is, I believe, competing in the category for ecosystem support and growth. Let's check out the project Alyst with Pan.alyst and Cat.alyst.
And we are from Alice, and we are submitting under the ecosystem support and awareness category. So our mission is basically to be the most base platform that bring awareness and adoption of Canto ecosystem through our product suites. TLDR, we are submitting 2 of this. The Pan.alyst basically is a source of truth of all things Canto ecosystem, and Cat.alyst, a crowdfunding platform for builders and creators. Coming to Pan.alyst, I think it's a one-stop place for users to explore what's in the Canto ecosystem, from apps and integration plus all new things, but also the ability for new apps and integration to submit their projects in our form submission. So here's a quick demo of how it will look like.
First, we'll take you through the flow a project would go through to be listed on Pan.alyst, which is the Canto ecosystem directory that we are putting together. So they would be presented with a form, very basic, potential to be built out a bit more, but this is the general idea of what they would enter. Any socials that they might have, we'll probably add the ability for Telegram or just really anything, and then we'll just show it. Add any imaging that they might have. There's an active or an inactive switch. What we'll do eventually is there'll be an admin panel that we can just review projects, so it's not getting spammed with just everything. So it'll be a way for us to kind of make sure that it's not just a bunch of garbage that is, or a bot just submitting the same thing over and over again. All right, so this successfully created. This is kind of the gist of everything that is there. We'll take you to the main project page that most users will see. So this will be the kind of landing page for, I think, all the Alyst ecosystem. As you can see, we have all the, not all, we have many of the current projects on Canto listed. It will list, you'll be able to go to the sites of the projects, and then any socials, it'll link directly to them. You can filter by category. Right now we only have 4 categories, but we plan to add more. So let's see, this is the general idea of all the projects that we have currently, and you can see here the project I just created, which is Alice, new card there. So this is the, we'll say MVP of the Pan.alyst portion of the Alice ecosystem. There is also Cat.alyst, which will be the ability to crowdfund.
Thank you. So moving on, Cat.alyst basically is a lightweight funding platform for builders, creators, and individuals. And we want to align this with the ethos of Canto so that Cat.alyst will be deployed as a free public infrastructure in the ecosystem. Here's a quick rundown of what we're doing so far.
Very basic. Currently, let's just go through quickly. Target amount 1,200 of whatever denomination we're going to do that in. We would deploy the contract, and I suppose you can't see, but you can see in the console that it was a success. So we'll go back to campaigns. You'll see the tests, the amounts. From here, you'd be able to contribute the campaign or if you are the deployer, withdraw funds from the campaign. That is where we currently are with this portion of Cat.alyst. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you. So, this is basically the roadmap that we are planning out. But in the end, I think expanding on this, there's a few current ideas for our other two suites, from probably NFT collections, or how do we incentivize and empower Canto advocates and content creators, or other ideas like, ads and so on and so forth. So lastly, this is our team, myself, Irshad, Pujima_IN. We have a full stack developer, Bas, as well as smart contract developer, Hazik. And yep, that's about it from us. Thank you.
Cool. We have Pujimak and Hazik here on stage from the project. Excellent presentation.
Thank you, guys. Hey.
Hey, how's it going? It's pretty cool. I like the front page aspect of it. Projects kind of like having their own page to have like something to display. I think even as like a directory system, it's pretty cool.
Cool. Thanks. Really appreciate that. Any questions from the judges?
Well, I just want to say that I think the branding you stumbled on is really cool. To have a team called Alist and then be able to like make that domain extension for Cat.alyst, Pan.alyst. I think you shared like a little bit of a roadmap on where you're heading. Can you give one more like a quick detail on that? Like what's in the future for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think for the roadmap, right? Like we want to hone in on this two platform first, but potentially because the idea of Alice in Wonderland, like you play with the card suite, so there's another 2 more slots for potential future products. It could be an NFT collection that can utilize AI, for example, as your own personal assistants. It can, or we could reinvent how decentralized ad system would work for Web3. So I mean, those are just still conceptual, but I think the potential is there to expand to other ways to expand and help grow the ecosystem. But yeah.
Quick question for you guys. Do you have any strategies to monetize either of the products? I know you had talked about launching them as free public infrastructure.
Yeah, we are planning to probably one of the initial one immediately after this, probably in Q1, is probably an NFT collection, but with a lot of utilities behind it. But that's just one aspect of it. The other we stumble upon is how do you put ads, because this kind of platform, especially the directory, is hard to monetize it in that sense. So probably we'll find ways to maybe ads or maybe other revenues, and I think we are definitely open for ideas and thoughts on how we can grow as Alice in that sense. But yeah, that's just on a high level side of it, Chase. Thank you.
Cool. Well, thank you both. We're glad to see you here, and maybe we'll see some of the features that you build out or more extensions to the Alice project in future codes as well.
Thank you, Robin.
All right, we are going to move along. The next project is Dappy.
So Dappy is a platform that allows you to convert your token into fiat. You can send your token to your bank account or through mobile money directly without having to interface with a centralized exchange or a P2P platform. So yep. So I'll click on launch app and I'll click on the Canto option here. Click on next and connect through MetaMask. Yep. So depending on the country you're sending to. So sending to Nigeria, probably pick different country in India, and yep. So based on that, select my transfer type as bank, and the purpose for my transfer would be transfer to an account, and yep. So it will load. For some countries, it will load the list of banks, and for some, it will require you to enter the SWIFT code and some other info needed. So just pick one, and yep. So this is just demo. Let's say jungle, and next. So in this case, we are using test notes to send. So let's say we're sending 100 notes, and yeah. So what then happens is it's going to provide an exchange rate. So this is the exchange rate, and once I click on send, and yeah, you have the fees that comes with it. And so what then happens is it connects to my MetaMask, and it will charge me 103.5 notes plus the fee. And yep, and it would confirm after this payment has gone through. Yep, and yeah, so that's basically how you use Dappy. It's very straightforward and easy to use.
Cool, thanks, Dappy. I don't think anyone from the team is here, but they'll likely watch this video later. Any reactions?
It's really cool. I mean, like, how did you? I would ask them, like, how did they integrate it into the current banking system?
Yeah, that's exactly what I would ask.
If you could do that, like, yeah, you should call.
Yeah.
Like, you should call us.
Yeah. Send me a DM on Telegram.
Yeah, because that's fucking sick. So yeah.
I guess questions from a regulatory standpoint.
Yeah.
Yes, I did notice there was no US based, UK based, but yeah, it sounds like we're going to be talking a little bit with the Dappy team. I want on-ramp. I understand. Oh, hey, I do see someone here. So you can answer in the chat, or I'll invite you to stage if you want to provide some context.
Hello.
Hey, hello.
Yeah.
So did you hear the question?
I think question was about like compliance and regulatory requirements.
No, we were wondering how you plugged into the Swift system.
Oh yes. So we have like multiple payment providers in the 80 countries that we serve across mobile money, bank transfers, and even cash pickup. So we sort of, you can think of it as like an internet or an aggregator of like multiple payment providers, basically.
Oh, cool.
And then we give the customer the best going rate. And because our payment provider in that country covers regulation and compliance.
And the aggregation is like some sort of service, or the aggregation is something that you built?
We build the service ourselves. The aggregation service is called Universal API. We own the IP for that.
Wow, dude, that's pretty base.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, our plan for this, because you can see right now what we currently have is like off-ramping. We're thinking of, if we get some funds from this, we could add like some on-ramping capabilities. So it means if you plug this into any Canto projects, on-ramp, off-ramp, either like, so any bank accounts, 80 countries, like instantly in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, how do you solve for like transaction malleability? Like this, like like the blockchain stuff happens near instant, but then like the bank transfers are you know.
Yeah. So what happens with us is that on Universal API, where like all our partners are on, they're signed up on both partners and like customers. It's only like B2B, not B2C. So Dappy is some sort of like a customer on Universal API. We all hold stable coins. So basically, once you can confirm that you've gotten a stablecoin transaction, then you would now
Oh yeah, off ramping's a lot easier then, because it's like they have instant confirm, right? That's probably why you're doing off ramping mostly, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Coinpla asked question that how do we buy NFTs with fiat? I mean, we would have to have like a partnership with the particular project, and then they would integrate our system, and then you would then go on to buy the NFT. We don't have like a B2C service right now. We just support like B2B, like project integrators directly. The original service is at Dappy.network.
Very cool. I could see everyone's gears are turning, thinking about how we're gonna work together. Excellent.
I mean, but this is like the white whale. You know what I mean? Like everybody's been talking about like on ramping and off ramp service. It's like generic. Right? Everything's like I always have to fumble fuck with like the region that I'm in, and like oh, do I do Coinbase or this is great.
I mean, because we built this. So before we built this, like we were like a consulting company where we like built internal tools for like Avalanche, Stellar, and like other blockchains. One of the things that we saw was that people needed like services to like off ramp, because everybody always had to go to Binance, do P2P or some stuff. Right? So it was from building for like fintech companies and for blockchains that we realized that we had to build this. And that's why you see like, it supports multiple chains. I think about more than 8. Because we have like experience with like building and stuff, and we're like, oh yeah, this is really important to Canto, and we want to bring this to Canto. And yeah, there are other like advantages. We can always make, if our partners use like Canto like nodes and some stuff, like we can build everything like, because we don't have like a home or a base now, so we can really build this around like Canto and get everybody on board basically.
Very cool. Thank you so
why
much.
don't you send me a message on Telegram, buddy?
Yeah, I think that I love that. That's what like this the Co is all about, and Canto community. Like you never know what the next like big thing is going to be, and we're glad you decided to build in this. Very cool.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. All right. We'll move along. We got a whole number of projects left. I'm not going to count them, but let's just keep cooking. This is Canto Collectives by Kali. Take a look.
Okay, so this is the Kali DAO submission for Season 3 of the Canto Hackathon. For this submission, we created a nonprofit DAO deployer. We're kind of building in sort of the wake of the OG Moloch DAO use case of grant-giving organizations on a blockchain. I see nonprofits as one of the more obvious uses of DAOs, having sort of a public ledger of DAO funds, as well as a way to collectively contribute and actually manage those funds using smart contracts. I think is actually a superpower of having a public blockchain, where transparency is more of a feature rather than a bug. So with Kali DAO, we build a suite of governance tools. These include legal wrappers, so ways to incorporate on-chain using templates that are open source, including nonprofit associations. And we also build smart contracts. So for this particular demonstration, we built on sort of the Moloch v3 format of having a grant-giving DAO that can hold funds, that is tokenized under the ERC20 standard, but can also be extended with a bunch of different smart contracts and apps over time as the organization grows and evolves. So for Canto, we wanted to sort of go with the nonprofit use case and a nonprofit association wrapper. The unincorporated nonprofit association is a way for people to collect funds and actually qualify for limited liability under US law without actually having to file and register with the state. This allows people to actually have the benefit of being anonymous on the internet, but to also have the benefit of tax deductions. If you collect checks under 5K a year, you can actually qualify for 501c3 nonprofit status without needing to file with the IRS. So there's a lot that can be done sort of automatically and autonomously using sort of our code, but there are these kind of cool legal benefits that we've engineered into the product as well. So at canto.cali.gg, you can sort of set up these organizations in a couple clicks and use actually a new version of our smart contracts, what we call Kali v2, which allows for fast proposal processing as well as different kinds of meta transactions with your DAO. So let's actually take a look and deploy a Kali DAO as well as a legal wrapper and get started. So you click create. As you can see, we have Rainbow Kit set up with Canto RPC for our users. Let's call our DAO Canto Co-op. Let's go CCO. And then let's click through into the next screen. We give users the benefit of having their own brand and metadata that's stored on chain. Let's add a logo. Let's add the Canto, and then let's actually have a mission, which will be added to our legal docs as well. Our mission is to bring public infra to the scene. I just made that up on the spot. That's not actually a good mission, but let's just see where this goes. Let's add a founder. Our app allows you to add up to 10 founders. Smart contract will allow you to add more than that. Let's give myself 100 tokens. Let's just start with one for simplicity. In this example, we use create2 in our deployer, so you can actually pre-compute the address of your DAO. You can review some of the initial details, and then let's actually summon and deploy our DAO smart contract plus our legal wrapper, which will be added as an NFT to our DAO. Let's click through onto Canto. We'll confirm this transaction, and then we'll see how it confirms. And we wait with bated breath. I have about a minute here for this hackathon submission. Hopefully the gods are kind and this will confirm at a reasonable rate. Let's give her a second. Cool. All right, we got a confirmation. I think our DAO metadata is loading up. Cool. We can see our legal wrapper here. This legal wrapper, like I said, is an NFT. This NFT is an ERC 1155. You can actually mint more tokens over time to add people to that legal wrapper. This DAO legal wrapper also includes this special JSON that has the jurisdiction of Wyoming, has the entity type. Cool. We also include the legal template that you just signed in the deployment transaction. This is on IPFS as well as ENS. Users can review it, and it's very convenient that this is stored on chain as an NFT and also can be discovered in the Kali dashboard. We have a couple other, bells and whistles that we'll add, to this app to demonstrate the full power of sort of the DAO governance. You can make proposals, you can add members, you can make your tokens transferable and non-transferable, and as well as fund the DAO through Tribute. Let's close that for now and finish our recording.
Very cool. We have Ketan up here from the Kali team. Great submission.
Yeah, sorry. Could you also add, I think Ross is under Canto Collective.
Oh, I see him. Any feedback from the judges while I get Ross on stage? Yeah, we really appreciate you guys taking the time to figure out how to support Canto, and it's definitely a cool approach of what you've kind of accomplished already with Wrapper and all these ways to basically feed through establishing these entities. It's really great.
Yeah, I also want to echo that. I think that this is a really great use case for DAOs, and for a lot of these nonprofits, they don't have the resources to go figure it out. So having tools like this, I just think that's a really great use case. So great job with the idea and execution. It looked great.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. And yeah, the goal is to have a basic governance deployer on Canto. I don't believe there's any other sort of DAO platform on there. Like I said, some of the benefits of what we deployed is fast processing. So you kind of already have a sort of weighted multisig. If you can reach quorum, you can immediately process a grant proposal. And then, yeah, the legal side of things I do think are helpful. I think it does scare some people. And I do think a lot of value is extracted from this space. So when I look at the Canto community and like these novel sort of ideas such as like CSR, I think there's like a lot of good experimentation that'll happen to like actually fund open source and not have like pointless tokens. But I do think, a lot of good things will be built by companies, by nonprofits, and it'd be cool to sort of have a home for that on Canto. So yeah, thanks for allowing us to submit this hackathon.
Thank you. Great work. Yeah, I think being able to onboard more folks to contract secured revenue on Canto is definitely going to be a win for, like you said, making sure that all of these DAOs have quick way to roll up. Cool. All right, thanks guys. I am gonna bounce you from the stage and we'll move on to the next project. I believe it is one we may all be familiar with in the Canto community. I think that they are showing off some new features here. We have Alto Market.
I'm Drew. I'm a contributor on Alto. Sorry that I'm yelling, but I'm in a jazz club. We like to listen to jazz when we work because it helps us improvise and come up with weird ideas. I wanted to talk to you today about a new feature we just added called Create. You can essentially go onto our marketplace and use this Create tool to mint your own NFT right within the market. So we're going to do that today. I'm going to walk you through it. So on the home page, you're going to see a button that says Create. You're going to click that. It'll take you to a new screen where you choose solo or duet. Because we're doing a solo mint today where I'm only minting myself, I'm going to choose solo. And then from there, I'm going to choose what type of NFT I'm minting. I'm minting just a one-of-one NFT into the Alto Marketplace contract. All right, now we're in the page where we sort of describe what the NFT is going to be doing and what it is. So I'm going to choose a file. Now I'm going to use a photo that I took in college of two of my friends. Great, now that photo has been uploaded successfully, and you can see sort of a preview of what it will look like on the marketplace right here on the right side. We're going to scroll down some more, and I'm going to choose a name. I'm going to choose Balance. And I'm choosing Balance because it is two men balancing on each other. And then I'm going to add some traits to this NFT. So for the trait types, I'm going to use a camera and then describe what that camera is. Mamiya RZ67. That is a Japanese camera from the 80s that shoots in 120 film. And then for the color profile, I'm going to add black and white because it's a black and white photo, and it's a black and white photo. And then for the creator royalty fee, this is where you describe how much you're going to get when someone buys this NFT. And so I'm going to put 42% because that's how much I think I'm worth and how much I deserve. And then for the where that money is going to go, I'm going to make sure that I put my wallet address into this text line to make sure that I'm the one getting the money and no one else. So I'm going to double check that with my MetaMask. Once it pulls up, great. Alto Test 2 account. Awesome. Copy and paste that in here. Here we go. I'm going to review all the information now. and make sure it's all correct. Great, this looks correct. Now I'm going to submit this transaction, which will make MetaMask pop up again. Do some jazz hands in the meantime. Awesome. This transaction looks good. I'm going to confirm this and send it to our wonderful Canto validators that we love and hold dearly so much. I hope that they confirm this transaction and this will become an NFT on the Canto blockchain. Let's see what happens. More jazz hands. Pass the time. I believe that's enough time, and now let's check our profile. We're going to click the top right, and great! It's now live. If you click on your NFT just minted, it'll take you to a page where you can list it in Canto, Wrap Canto, Note, and C Inu, or transfer it to someone else who may enjoy it. And then the trades show up on the bottom. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you try out this feature. Let us know. If you have any questions about jazz or jazz history, you can visit our Discord where Professor Longhair is helping anyone 24/7 with any facts related to jazz. Thank you.
Wonderful presentation. I believe we have Drew coming in from the club.
Hello. Yes. Can everyone see me and hear me?
Can we start with some jazz hands?
Yeah, Drew.
I learned this recently, and it took a few times to practice, but here we are. Also, if judges want to do it too, it actually like loosens up your shoulders and makes you feel a little happier.
Oh yeah,
you look like a pro too. I couldn't tell you just learned it.
Thank you.
Awesome
That's
submission.
incredible, man. Why don't you tell us more about your college experience?
I did photograph a lot of people in the studio.
What kind of people? What were they doing?
All kinds of people. Athletes, other people, gymnasts. Maybe perhaps I will mint more photos of people from my past on Alto. Stay tuned.
Interesting. Thank you so much.
Hey, Drew, so could you only mint 721s or are ERC 1155 supported yet on Alto?
Currently only 721s, but 1155s will be sort of the next, addition to that minting set. Like this is sort of just like stage one of our entire like sort of minting website feature list.
Gotcha. So for those adding their own collections, I guess, or creating it by way of Alto, you'll be able to support 1155s.
Yes, correct.
Cool.
Our goal is to sort of be like on par with the current features of like OpenSea and then Magic Eden, but eventually we want to sort of move into like intellectual property and sort of, having a marketplace that has almost like revenue-backed assets that are then licensed to like a Web2 storefront. And then Alto is sort of like this back-end infrastructure for those assets.
Well, I love it. I see big things for Alto, and I love that it's already launched. You can go take a look and get your favorite collectible right now at alto.build.
A lot of great collections currently on the market, and then a lot of good ones that are currently in the pipeline. Alto.build. Thank you, everyone.
Nice, thank you. It's always about the notes you don't play. And we're really glad that Alto was able to showcase today for the hackathon. Cool. Moving right along, we're getting closer to the end. I am going to kick into the next project. It's Szn Games.
I would be presenting Szn Games. Szn Games is a fantasy sports game in which participants assemble an imaginary team of real-life players and score points based on those players' actual statistical performance or their passive contribution on the field of play. So this is a demo for Canto, and this would be for the FIFA World Cup fantasy game. So you'll be connecting your wallet, select Canto and MetaMask. You would have to sign a request.
Can anybody play some nice jazz music to go along with this one?
It would require you to input a username and email. So using Canto bobtree.com. So for this version of Szn Games, you'll be charged 14.06 Canto tokens. So basically how fantasy works is for a private league you pay an entry fee, so that's something like this. So you click proceed and you get charged. Yeah, so we are in, and as you can see, you have where you can select your team, and you can do a quick select over here or go through all the teams in the World Cup and select the player that you feel will perform better in their next match. So for the purpose of this test, I would probably just select randomly, and yeah, so selected to goalkeepers, and I'll be selecting defenders. So if you notice, I have a budget here of 100 million value balance to start with, so I have to make sure all my players are within the 100 million budget. So I will be presenting we then move on to mint squad players. Next would be selecting my captain, and I will then complete the onboarding, and there we have it. So based on what my player performed in their FIFA World Cup game, I should get points for that. And yeah, that's how Szn Games works on Canto. Yep, so you can see the list of players you minted. If you decide to mint more players, you can come over here in the mint NFT section and mint more players depending on who you would like to mint. And yeah, you can check your standing against every other person in the ranking, and and top team of the week. And if you'd like to see how your team stacks, you can see that over here. And if you want to edit your team, you can edit your team and add more players or remove more players in the edit section. So this is how Szn Game works for football or soccer.
Cool. So we have Habib, he's back. This is the second project from the team.
So I'm just going to take like a few minutes sort of like reset and explain what Bolan was trying to do there, right? So Free Season is trying to build the one and only fantasy game platform that you're going to ever need, like, right? Anything like fantasy sports, basketball, football, mixed martial arts, baseball, basically anything that you need, right? And under football, right, we have like different game modes, right? So we have like a regular fantasy game mode for the English Premier League, and then we set to do something special for the World Cup, right? So the World Cup has like multiple game modes. We have like an NFT predict mode where you mint NFTs, and then you place them in position of first, second, third, and fourth, and then basically based on that you get like the pool price, right? And then you have the World Cup NFT, and basically, right? So basically we just took a specific game, which is like the World Cup fantasy, and that's what we demoed, right? What's going to happen and what we're looking to do post hackathon is that we're shipping 2 new games by January. We're adding mixed martial arts and we're adding baseball. We want to bring that to Canto. What we also want to do is, if you notice, we use like a lot of MetaMask right now. We want to introduce a new experience where you can sign up with email. So in this way, we sort of create like a wallet address for you that we manage on the hood. We could cap how much you could put in it to maybe limit your exposure, and that way users will use Canto without necessarily knowing that they're using Canto, right? So you can have like regular Web2 Twitter users or Telegram users, and they could just come create an account. We want to have like a mobile app and stuff, and then once we have like when we ship the new games, this way new users can come and have access to like multiple games and play different game modes in under each sport, basically.
So you're planning to incorporate other sports. Are there any like on your radar that you
So the team is currently testing out mixed martial arts. That's UFC, and the team is also currently testing out baseball. So we're adding mixed martial arts and baseball to football. So we're moving away from like foot season to becoming season, because football was our first sport. That's why we just called it foot season. But now we want to go into our next vision, which is like building the entire season idea.
Where is the data from the actual games coming from? Is that just like some kind of API?
Yeah, so we built our own Oracle that takes in data from like multiple APIs, and then we sort of crunch that together, and then we now use like our own truth source to sort of decide how the game goes.
Okay, got it. Cool.
How do you deal with like the IP rights that some of these leagues have over like the players?
That's a very good question. So number one, right, we do not have pictures of any players on our website, on our platform, on our social media. We don't have any close branding. And if you do actually check the laws of fantasy football, I think there was some sort of, they have been multiple cases, and there was one recently like in Switzerland. And basically the law states that if you don't use the players' rights or the club's rights to promote or to use your like platform to make money, and you're basically just creating like a generic game using just like the player names and stuff, then you are not like infringing on any IPs, basically. Does that make sense? All right, thank you.
Thanks so much. Very cool. I mean, I have a preference for baseball, but I think that there's some mixed martial arts fans in the room here.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is to have something for everyone. I mean, we want to have sumo wrestling, we want to have like everything possible, basically. So it'll be the number one place to just go and enjoy sports. And I think that we wanted to really do this because most like NFC gaming platforms, some of them could be boring and they're all like role playing stuff. And basically, everybody plays sports and like you're just bringing the knowledge of what you already know how to play to just come and enjoy the game.
Awesome work. I like how big you're thinking. Cool. Well, thank you so much. We're going to move on to the next project. I have the final 3 here, closing in on the end. Let's take a look at the presentation from Aspen.
All right. Today we are going to create a new NFT collection. Let's start by the collection. We're going to call it Music. My creator name, Angus is my name, adding my email, collection description, musical notes for Canto. There we go. Let's upload a file for the logo. I think we can create this heart as a logo and a banner. Ooh, let's use this nice violin here. Okay, great. We have various options here. I'm not going to go through them all due to time constraints, but you can see them here. We have plenty of customization in Aspen. Okay, so obviously we're going to deploy on Canto now. We're going to do ERC1155 for our purposes because we don't have a lot of time to add in individual NFTs. No pre-reveal image. Okay, we're not going to create bulk today, but we could. In that case, we could create a huge collection with different generative art pieces. Today, we're simply going to do it one by one, and we're going to do 2 different NFTs. The first one is going to be music like this. Attribute note 1. Next. Note. Max token supply 5. Okay, we'll do one more. This one we'll do, this one here is nice. Next, add attribute note, that'll be 2. Name, note, max token supply, let's do 10 for this one. Okay, our collection is finished now. Let's move on. So we're going to do single phase, mint price 0.01 Canto, native coin. We're not going to do a whitelist or allow list. We're not going to limit minting. We can, lots of custom options here. Okay, so the date of the mint, we're going to do it today so we can test it. We're going to do it before now. So we'll do it starting at 8 a.m., which is earlier than it is today. Okay, no custom mint banner. Okay, let's continue. Terms and royalties. We're not going to do royalties. We do terms. Terms of service are interesting. Oops, sorry, we're not going to do custom. We're going to do a can't be evil license. Okay, we're not going to review. We're going to launch. All right, let's start. In our particular product, the user doesn't have to gas their own wallet. We gas it for them. Okay, so now we've deployed the contract. Now we're going to mint the collection. Okay, so we've minted the collection. Let's go view on Aspen. Let's have a look. Okay, great. So now we can mint. So let's mint. Okay, first of all, we're going to accept terms. Yes, so we'll accept these terms here. Confirm. Okay, terms are accepted. Now let's finally mint. Which one should we choose? Okay, we're going to choose this one here. Mint 1 NFT. There we go, all done. Amazing.
Amazing. A minting contract from Aspen. Great presentation. I do not believe anyone from the Aspen team is here, but if they watch this later, well done. For any of the judges that were able to watch the video live, any takes, reactions?
It seems cool, generating collections, etc.
Yeah, anything that makes it easier to get your art up and get your collection rolling on Canto. Welcome to me. Cool. So moving right along, we got the final two. This is a team that presented in the last hackathon. I believe they've built out a referral feature and tweaked their presentation a little bit. It's yeah, here we go. Canto Crabs.
Everyone, this is Canto Crabs' entry for Season 3 of Canto Online Hackathon. Are you ready for the ultimate Canto experience? Look no further than Crabrow. With fast-paced gameplay and potential for huge wins, this game will surely keep you on the edge of your seat. And the best part? It's all powered by the magic of Canto Chain and Solidity programming. Crabrow can be experienced in 3 unique ways for a diverse set of Canto enthusiasts. Number 1, play and win the Canto Crabs game. Number 2, refer others with your referral link and earn referral commission. Number 3, hold one of our upcoming NFTs and earn passively. The following is a small snippet of our D app. For watching. We look forward to bringing more games and e-apps to the Canto community. Much love, Canto Crabs. You can check us out at cantocrabs.com and play your on-chain game at play.cantocrabs.com.
Cool, that's Canto Crabs. So Canto Crabs is in the chat. They say they're having some connection issues, so they wanted to answer in the chat. My first question is, what's the referral feature? As I understand it, there was an interesting referral mechanism. Okay, easy enough. Players get their special ID that they can use to refer others. Sounds good. Cool. Well, I don't know if judges have any immediate feedback, but it does sound like your game is live, and folks can bet their Canto. Cool. Thanks for the submission, Canto Crabs. If judges have any other questions, they'll throw it in the chat. All right, here we go. Last but not least, this is Canto Gallery.
Hello, judges. I'm pleased to present Canto Gallery, an NFT app where users can view their collections in a 3D gallery, share links to their collections, and mint Canto Pixel NFTs. In the near future, I intend to add new NFT collections and to improve the method of retrieving NFT data by indexing off-chain. This will help avoid API rate limiting when interacting directly with a smart contract. I will also improve the design of the 3D gallery, adding new buildings and the ability to interact with objects. Let's begin by clicking check your NFTs. As you can see in the Explorer, this wallet address has these NFTs. When I add the address to Canto Gallery, I can see them displayed there. I can even choose to send a link of the collection to a friend. When you view a collection, you can see each individual piece from that collection, and then you can click View Details to see the attributes. There are so many wonderful NFTs on Canto. In the 3D gallery section, you can add a wallet address and then be transported to another world. Simply select the collection you want included. And retrieve the metadata. In the Candle Pixels Mint section, you can generate and mint a unique NFT and transfer it to your wallet. Now the 3D gallery is curated the way I like. That's Canto Gallery. Thank you.
Nice. Good stuff, Canto Gallery. As I understand it, the builder is in a time zone conflicts with this event, but they will watch for feedback later. Any reactions, questions for Canto Gallery team?
I think your 3D gallery is really cool looking, really fun.
Yeah, it's nice to see it filling out with all these budding Canto collections. I noticed some blank canvases, so hopefully build out that ecosystem more. So I have to share that some judges on the back end have tried winning money on Canto Crabs. I think that's a testament to the build. All right, guys, that's it for the hackathon. That was all the video presentations that we have today. I want to thank all the builders for working so hard over the past couple of weeks. You know, it's not easy to hit all these deadlines. I know everybody has their own work, family, jobs, strange time zone to communicate with us in. So I deeply appreciate you submitting. It was awesome. Thank you so much to all the judges for taking the time to watch the presentations and all the judges who are going to do that later. We will try to get the scorecards together and make the announcement in the next 24 to 48 hours. Any parting thoughts? Zach, you're on mute. Yes, congrats to all the participants and good luck. As T
The quality of stuff is always so good here. I'm actually shocked because, like, you know, you go to like a lot of hackathons and it's like the same stuff kind of over and over again. It's just like rad and different and interesting every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, great work, everyone. Sorry, Robin.
Oh, no worries. I just was going to say, I should mention that the hackathon continues every month. So look out for the next hackathon. If these projects inspired you, or, you know, maybe you already participated and you want to build out your project a little more, we're going to keep this going because Canto's a special place. And as you can see from this event and the past two that are on the Canto public YouTube, we get some cool front ends. We get some cool videos. Really interesting ideas, and that's what Canto's about. So thanks a lot, everybody. Cool. Till next time.